Hey everyone, it's Natesy Mox here with our first LEGO set review in a long time. Today we're going to be taking a look at LEGO set 42124, the off-road buggy from LEGO Technic. So what we got here is a LEGO Technic racer buggy controlled by their new powered up systems. For those of you who don't know, powered up is actually the successor to the LEGO Power Function system, which had been around since 2007-2008. This new system lets you control the LEGO set from your smart device via Bluetooth, unlike Power Functions, which used an infrared receiver and a remote control. So this set is pretty straightforward. You pretty much get what you see in the box. It doesn't have a B model as some old LEGO Technic sets did. It comes with 374 parts, which isn't that impressive, but it comes with a lot of big pieces, so the overall size of the car is pretty big, and once it has the batteries inside, it's pretty heavy. It uses 6 AA batteries, and I'm personally using Energizer because from what I've heard, Energizer is the best battery that you can get for remote control cars, but keep in mind that the batteries are not included in the set, and you're gonna have to buy them somewhere else. So the car overall looks pretty sleek. I love the color scheme. It's dark azure, I think, with a lot of magenta. It kind of reminds me of some 1980s radio controlled cars, which I think that's what they're going for. That's why it has this antenna, which doesn't really do anything, it's just for looks. But it looks pretty cool overall. It's got independent suspension in the front, and in the back it just has a link suspension, but they still work pretty well. They'll help a lot in off-road terrain. This is the sticker sheet. I almost used up all of the stickers, but it has 4 extra stickers that go inside the rim of the wheel, and I personally left those off just because I want to reuse these wheels later and I didn't want to waste the stickers. But if you want them there, you can put them on or leave them off. It's really your choice. That's why stickers are cool. You can choose what you want and what you don't. And like I said, the car is pretty big. Here's my sig fig for size comparison. Also, these new kind of old LEGO Technic retro looking tires. They're pretty big too, and they're really cool. I'm looking forward to using those in a lot of different mocks. The set also includes LEGO Technic's new differential piece. I personally never had the old differential piece, but from what I've heard in the community, this one is actually more efficient and stronger. So I feel like this car isn't overly complicated. It's really straightforward, but obviously the reason that everybody wants to get this car is because of the remote control, so we're going to check that out. You will need a smart device. It could be a tablet, an iPad, iOS, Android. You go to the App Store and you download the Control Plus app. It's free. You don't need to log in. All you have to do is download it and open the app, and it'll boot up. Once the app boots up, you'll see the main home screen where you can then slide through different LEGO sets that use the powered up system so you can connect to. So if you have all these different LEGO sets, then you can use the same app as a controller for the different sets, but today we're going to be checking out the buggy. So you just click here and it'll open the Buggy Interface. So it's going to ask you to turn on the hub, which is currently called the LEGO Technic hub. All you have to do is press the green button and it'll automatically start pairing. I really like how fast and easy it is. There's no overcomplications. You don't have to struggle with the pairing. It's really automatic and real easy. Once it's connected, you'll get the controller interface and you can start controlling the car. It has one central joystick, so that means that the same joystick is going to control left, right, back, and forward. And I found that a little bit difficult. I would have liked if they had an option where you could have one lever to control the direction and speed, and then another one to steer the wheels. It's very fast and snappy. I don't notice any lag between the controller and the motions, so that's really nice. One thing that kind of upset me is all of these weird quirky noises that LEGO has here. They have different buttons for different sound effects, and instead of having car sound effects, they have just a bunch of weird goofy noises that doesn't make sense. I'm not sure why they did that. Hopefully they'll replace it with better sounds in the future. I don't know, you could have like a normal car horn or motor. The Control Plus app also has different interactive features. I'm not really sure what they're supposed to do. I personally haven't figured it out yet, but they're there, you can check them out. Something to note is that this car is very fast, so if you're going to try it out, please don't do it on a table. The first time I tried doing this, it almost ran off the table and it knocked a bunch of stuff over, so you want to put it on the floor or take it outside, take it somewhere with open space. So I decided to take this one to the park and give it a test drive. It has a lot of stickers. Some people personally don't like stickers, but I think it really helps with the looks. So here's a couple of videos that I took when I was testing it out. I was really surprised by how fast it was. Remote control LEGO Technic cars aren't usually as fast. As I said earlier, it doesn't have a gearbox. The motors are really just kind of almost directly connected to their functions, which really helps and make it very fast. You know, it doesn't have any additional systems to bog down the torque or the power of the motor. That being said, although it is fast, it doesn't have much torque because of the gear ratio, so it might have some issues going up a slope. But other than that, I just find it really enjoyable. The controls are kind of hard to get used to at first, but after a while you kind of learn how to use that one joystick. One problem that I personally noticed, and I also heard a lot of people complaining about it, is that the front wheels kind of tend to incline either towards the left or the right, and it doesn't really go in a straight line. I think that this is because of the parts used. There's a lot of flex, and the software can't really compensate for that, but it's not that problematic, although it would be nice to see LEGO just figure this out and come up with a better steering system for smaller RC cars in the future, but it doesn't really take away from the experience. So this is actually my first time using LEGO Powered Up. When Powered Up was first announced, I was a little skeptical. I didn't really think that they could replace power functions, but that's just because of the way that LEGO debuted the Powered Up system. When it first started several years ago, they didn't have the Technic hub and they didn't have some of the motors, so it was very limited. But now that they're actually releasing all of these new electronic parts, I think that they are a very powerful rival to the old LEGO Power Function system. They have a lot of advantages, but they also have some disadvantages. I'll be getting more into that in a future video, so stay tuned. If you want to see a comparison between LEGO Powered Up and Power Functions, please like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot, and I'd really appreciate it. So getting into my final thoughts on this set, the set cost $130, and when you look at the parts count, which is 374 parts, it might seem kind of underwhelming, but the reason it's that expensive is because it does have the Powered Up hub and 2 large motors, which are very expensive, so you're kind of paying for the motors instead of the actual set. You know, and for those of you who like taking apart sets and using them either as part packs or to create your own models, this is a very good set because it's actually more affordable than buying the individual Powered Up components separately. So you're actually getting a price discount on the electronics plus some extra pieces, and you have to keep that in mind. So the question is, can it compete with high-end remote control cars? Not really, because it's not a high-end remote control car. It's a LEGO car that moves. So the intrigue and what really makes this set special is the integration between technology and classic LEGO pieces. You can now control a LEGO car, and if you make your own creations, you can control your own mocks with a smart device. And I think that that's really fun. I think that it has a lot of potential. So personally, for me, that's what's really special about the set. It's the potential, it's all of the things that you can do with it, and that's why I believe it is worth the price. It would be nice to see a price drop in Powered Up components in the future, because compared to Power Functions, which LEGO is now discontinuing, Powered Up parts are very expensive. But hopefully they'll release some sort of a combo set like they did with Power Functions. At the end of the day, I think that this is a very fun car. It's very fun to just take it out and drive around. You don't have to worry about sunlight disrupting the signal because it uses Bluetooth, and it actually has some great range. I drove the Buggy pretty far away and it didn't lose signal, so that's pretty cool. So overall, I really love this car. I think it's really fun, it's really cool, I love the aesthetic, I love the colors, I love what they were going for, and after driving it around for a while more, I'm really looking forward to taking it apart and using all of these components and the Powered Up motors and make a bunch of different mocks. So that's it, guys. That's my review for LEGO set 42124, the off-road buggy. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.